Today we're going to talk a little bit more about counting objects. Now, I have a couple of different videos on counting objects, so I just wanted to show you a couple of different ways of doing that again, just so that you can mix it up, okay? So there's all different ways you can do it. You can do it at home with just things around your house. You could count your toys. You could count blocks. You could count your food. If you go get a Happy Meal, you could count your chicken nuggets or your French fries. You could count some cereal. You could count anything you want to in your house. That's an easy way to do it. You could go outside and count trees or cars going by. So counting is so important, okay? And especially counting objects, because it really makes us have to think that each thing we see represents one number, okay? So that's a really, really important thing. So here's just some more ideas of counting worksheets that we have. And we just pulled these off of, we just pretty much Googled and we typed in preschool counting worksheets, and here's a ton of them. So parents, you can always find these. If you don't have any, let me know, and I can try to send you some links. But these are so easy to make at your own house with just a piece of paper and a pen, so don't stress about it. I want to remind you that there's also always tons of apps and games on electronic devices for counting. So if you just type in counting objects or whatever in the app store, you'll find tons of stuff. But I just want to show you these one more time. They're kind of similar to the other counting objects video, but here's just some more examples. So this is simple, just different objects on a picture, and they just have to count it and put the number. Now this one is actually a little harder because the child has to write the number, and so a lot of your kids might not be ready to write the numbers. They might not even be able to recognize the number yet. So in this case, obviously you would step in. What I would do is you write the number and then have them trace the number. So that's what I would do on something like this. Here's another simple one. So this one, they are given objects to count. This would be so easy to do on your own at home. You could just take a piece of paper, draw some shapes. The thing I like about this is that it also pulls in the number recognition down here, not just the counting. So, but instead of making it too hard, they give them options. And that's a good way that they can recognize and identify out of a group what number it is. So this would be a super easy one to do at home. I would definitely recommend doing some of these. I would start with numbers 1 to 5. So 5 being the best or the most that you have. And then if your child is getting that, I would up it from 1 all the way to 10 and give them the opportunity to count all the way up to 10 objects. So this is a super easy way right here to do it at home on your own. And you could even have them color the objects. You could have them do a lot of stuff just to make it a little more interactive. This is, same and different. Same thing. They just drew some shapes. Here's another one. They just did bugs, and then they have to match. So you could even draw this at home. You could just draw shapes instead of bugs. You could do triangles, squares, hearts, circles, rectangles, and then put numbers over here and have them match. So that would be something really easy that you could draw at home on a piece of paper. Same thing. This is just a summer thing. So this gives them the options again for the different numbers, and they have to pick the number that it matches. So this is counting and recognition, so that's great. And here's another one, just basic. This is the cut and paste, count, and then pick the right one and put it over here. So that is all of those. So the main thing I wanted you to see, like I said, I'd already done a counting objects video, but I really just wanted you to see how easy it is to do that kind of stuff at home. there's so many ways you could do it. So obviously there's the paper form, and I just gave you some options, but there's so many things that you could do outside, inside, anything in your house or outside of your house can be counted. Go count the tires on your car, go count fingers and toes. I mean, just anything. Just keep them counting. The more, the better. It keeps it in their brain. And then once you're comfortable with that and you think your child's comfortable with that, then start recognizing the numbers. That's also important because that's going to be a big step in kindergarten, is to recognize the number and then correlate it with an amount. So seems kind of easy to some of us that are older and just know how to do it, but for a little kid, this is a big step in math. So it's a big step to start learning. So if you have any questions, let me know. But that's that, and then our next video is going to be on same and different.